we go.
Are we on? Okay. So I will whiz through lots of housekeeping things, Discover Arbonne dates, trainings, incentives, and anything in between, which I think is really useful. As everyone knows, every Monday night we start at 8 o'clock. District managers train independent consultants, and 8:30 area managers train district managers, and then a little break, get ready for the 9:30 conference. Ian started to switch it from a call, as Bev said, the first conference call of the month is a physical phone call, but then Ian does, he started to Zoom so he can see who's on the conference call and to see who's really, really serious about the business. Obviously, region training is the first Thursday of every month. It's, obviously we're all in Clare's region. Clare's training is at the White House Hotel in Kegworth. I'm nowhere near there, so I tend to go to Ian and Glenn's, which is in Chester. So if you're not near anywhere, just find a local one nearer to you and go to that, or if it's physically impossible, Zoom in, but ideally get to them once a month. There's some really amazing Discover Arbonnes happening in the next month. One being in Jersey, Scott Campbell is doing one on the 25th of Feb. So these are like really key ones to get potential clients to. I don't have anyone in Jersey, but you never know who knows someone in Jersey. So Scott's an amazing presenter. Two of my favourite people are presenting in Surrey this month. Ian Pritchard on the 8th of Feb. These are all posted on Clare's It's a Sure Nation page. And Gordon Fraser is presenting in Surrey on the 23rd of Feb. He is awesome. He's like one of my favourite people ever. I actually got the train after work one day to London for one of Gordon's DAs, and then just hopped straight back on the train, and it was so worth it. It was absolutely worth it. Claire has some DAs. She's doing some with Leanne Davis. She's got one on the 9th of Feb in Leicester at the Hilton Hotel. She's got a few more happening, and some, I don't know where you guys, I know where you are, Carl. I don't know where you are, Trish. Where are you based?
Near Brighton.
Oh, okay. So, Claire's going to start doing some in Crewe as well, which is near me. But I don't know whether you all know, do you know how to find out where all the Discover Arbonne meetings are on the uknationevents.com, password I can. That's all posted. There's a very good car presentation happening this month as well. The gorgeous Charlotte Wickett gets her car presented to her on Valentine's Day, 14th of Feb, Sunday in Lancashire. I can post the details if nobody knows about that. But go, take your family, take husbands, partners, friends, take everyone. That's going to be amazing. Charlotte's a wonderful person. Done that one. Ian is doing a Discover Arbonne and recognition training in Kegworth, actually. I know it's a bit far off, but definitely get these dates in your diary. Wednesday, 2nd of March and Wednesday, 4th of May. He'll be doing that with Claire and her region. He started doing that in Chester near me. He ties in, before region training, he does a quick DA before, and it does work. Because you can take guests, and then, guests can leave or stay if they want to. DM training is in Warwick on the 20th of Feb. So get yourselves to district manager and get on that weekend training. That would be amazing. Now, incentives. I don't know that one. Incentives. So Bahamas incentive trip. If there's anyone registered, I've registered for that. That's the period, the qualification period is 1st of December till the 31st of May. Definitely get yourself registered on that. Bahamas is such an amazing place to go to, and what a great trip that would be. Obviously GTC in Vegas. We were there last year, weren't we, Bev? Amazing. That's 14th to the 16th of April. For new consultants who join your business, the registration fee is $99. I think that's about 60, 70 quid. And again, the period was January 15 to April 16 to get on that. There is an incentive to get your registration fee paid for. If you sponsor 2 new independent consultants who do a single order of 350 PQV by the 29th of Feb, so you've got 28 days to do it. That's the first stage. So obviously for those who haven't done that yet, you can cram it all into this last month and sponsor another 5 new independent consultants. So basically, if you've not done that, you need to get signing 7 new ICs with 350 PQV. You get your registration fee paid for. You get an I Want It All set, which is worth over £400. You get a purchase with purchase free gift, and all those products that you get free add their QVs together, and you get that QV in your April period. So that's a great incentive. Does everybody know about the independent cash bonus incentive? This is the last one I want to cover. That is really good. They used to do this when I first started. You used to, as an independent consultant, if you sponsor 1 new independent consultant with 250 PQV in their start month, you get 6% override on that volume. If you sponsor, again, a new IC with 250 PQV, and there's 1,500 in your success line, of which 500 must be a PQV, you get your 6% override plus a £30 bonus. Now, if you do that for two new consultants with a success line of 1,000 PQV for each one, you get the £60 cash bonus plus the 6% override. It's all on your, as soon as you log in at the moment on your homepage, all the incentives are there, so you don't even have to go in the source. They're just all in like a block, and you just click on each one. You can download them, so you've got them kind of, if anything important like that, I put in my iBooks on my iPhone, which I find really useful for things like that. So they kind of just like a little library. So you've got them quick at hand that you can email them off to people. I don't know whether, I bet you do that, don't you? Have you got iBooks, Col, on your...
I've not, to be honest, no.
Okay, download it. It's a free app. It's amazing. So a lot of the things that we get, documents, when you click on it, in the top right-hand corner, if you click it or you want to save it to somewhere, it gives you an option to save to iBooks.
Fantastic.
You can download books on it, but I have like the full presentation on it, so it's literally just at the tip of my fingers, so I don't have to...
Fantastic, that's brilliant.
Yeah, it's really good free app.
What's the app called?
iBooks. So it's an I as in iPhone and then books, and it's a little orange book open. That's like the symbol.
I think I've got that on my phone, but I don't use it.
Yeah, you might have already, because I don't know whether I have it automatically on my phone. But yeah, it's super easy to use because I am very not technical. So if I can do it, anyone can. And you can, like I said, you can download really important things like your Discover Arbonne presentation. I think that is it for housekeeping. Yes. There's one thing that Eileen asked me to just say to everyone, and it's not to do sort of in front of each other tonight, is goal setting. Can you write down your goals and then share it if you would like to on the page? And again, if anyone, I'm here, Cole. We still need our catch up. I know that.
Yes.
Only about 4 months late. Yeah, life's a bit calmer now, so we'll have that chat. And if anyone wants to ask any questions and speak and get some tips, I'm here, and as are all of us.
Great.
Yeah. Brilliant. Thank you. I think that was it.
Cheers. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, guys, so thanks, Keely, that's brill. Can you just bear with me whilst I see if I can work out this screen share with Luke?
Sure.
At
Keely,
the moment, I'm looking at...
can I ask you about the iBook and how you've got them onto, whereabouts you're getting them from to get on the iBook?
Where am I getting the documents from?
Yeah, just from signing into the source.
Yeah, I mean, most of them are on, for really important things, what we do on Shaw Nation page in files, downloaded on that. But I can email you what I've got, Carl, and I can talk to you properly when you can see my phone and talk you through how to do it.
It's just I suppose it's the presentation. Realistically, I'm thinking I can put it on my phone, my iPad.
Yeah.
And as you said, it's really then, rather than have lots of pieces of paper and things, it's just a great way to present then, isn't it?
Yeah, totally. I'll email you the presentation if you want. And you can...
Yes, please. That'd be fantastic, Keely.
Well, okay. There's Luke.
Okay, so here's Luke with his previously prepared YouTube training called Don't Push Your Business Down. So you should be able to hear this. We did do a practice run, so hopefully it'll work.
Hi everyone, thank you so much for being on tonight's training. Unfortunately, I couldn't be there this evening, so I've pre-recorded this training. Hopefully help all of the current consultants within Shaw region on their journey to district managers. So my name is Luke William and I'm an executive district manager with Arbonne International. And I've currently been part of this incredible adventure for just over a year now. I can honestly say that this year has been the best year of my life. The best decision I've ever made. I've made the greatest of friends, amazing relationships, my confidence is growing, and also I'm building a phenomenal business. So, first tips first, if you're a new consultant, the first thing I'm going to say to you is, do you have a pen and paper ready to write notes? Or do you have your phone notepad ready to write notes? If not, the first thing I encourage you to do is invest in a piece of pen and a notepad and make sure that you always have them at every single training. There will be gems everywhere on your Arbonne journey, so don't forget to write them down. We can't always trust our memories. So very quickly, I'm just going to share with you why I joined Arbonne. So I actually looked at Arbonne a few years ago. A friend from work actually invited me onto a presentation, and at the time, I immediately understood what Arbonne meant and what they were offering. And I jumped in with kind of both feet because I'm generally quite an impulsive person, and I thought, why not, let's give this a go. So I decided to join the business, but unfortunately, through people and other people putting me off the business, I actually fell away and I allowed people's negative opinions of what I was doing to actually stop me pursuing a dream and this incredible adventure that for me could be massive by now had I stuck to it those few years ago. Eventually, Arbonne came back into my life again when I was realising that the people that I'd left to carry on with this journey were actually doing very well themselves, and I'd see them continuing to build their Arbonne businesses, and it got me excited and intrigued again. So I actually joined, like I said, the business last January in 2015. It was really important to me to have this business because this business symbolised a lot. When I was younger, I had so many dreams, like most of us do. I was convinced of being an actor for most of my life. And I used to go to auditions. I performed in the Fringe Festival, Disney Paris. I've auditioned for the X Factor. I've been in extras in films. You know, the list goes on. I did so much stuff. I was so convinced that that was my career. And I was so driven and I was so determined to make that a reality. But, you know, like most of us, we hit a certain age and we start to realise, hang on a second, I haven't got as much money as my friends, so I need to get myself a job. So before we know it, I'm in a 40-hour-a-week job, and actually, I'm doing quite well for myself. You know, I was making a name for myself. I was getting recognised, so therefore I was getting promoted, and I was getting better and better opportunities. But every better opportunity came with more responsibility and more of my life that I had to give away, and it distanced me further and further and further away from my original dreams. Before you know it, you're in this cage, and you shut that cage door, and your dreams are kind of nowhere to be found, because then other responsibilities come along. Credit cards, you get a car, you get kids, you get mortgages, and before you know it, you're trapped. You're trapped in this kind of 40-hour-a-week working pattern, and for me that was really, really scary. So this epiphany of me thinking, gosh, I need to do this business so that I can, A, get myself out of the rat race and out of this full-time working kind of slavery, or whatever you like to call it, and actually think about having massive vision and massive goals and how I can grow my Arbonne business. So it meant that I can have a huge income working part-time and actually start to go back to those dreams that I had previously and try and pursue them again. So Arbonne came to me at the right time, and I always say to people, I'm an absolute life coach. So that's a little bit about me, and I'm going to move on to my training. And the topic and title of my training is actually called Don't Push Your Business Down. It's a really easy trap that a lot of people can fall into, and often you don't realise you've fallen into it until sometimes 6, 12 months down the road. So I'm going to give you an amazing insight, especially to those of you who've just started doing this business, to make sure that you don't fall into this trap, to make sure you take lots of notes. So it's really important to remember these words, and those words are, it starts with you. Okay, it starts with you. Remember that word, so write it down if you've got your pen and paper. These words are going to serve you for the rest of your life in your Arbonne business. Even when you're executive national vice president, earning 50, 60, 70, 80, 90,000 pounds a month, these words will still serve you. So it starts with you. We have such a gift with Arbonne, and sometimes what we can do is get a little bit carried away in excitement, sometimes desperation, but actually we end up making some mistakes that's going to cost us in the long run. So don't forget the principle that starts with you. Your activity and your attitude is a big part of what you do in this business. So I'm going to run over a scenario with you, okay, about how your business can potentially fall into this trap, so you can recognise this if it ever happens to you. So let's say you started your Arbonne business, and you paid your £56, and you immediately get started, you complete your starter order, and you start to share those products and the business with friends and family in your close circle. Perhaps you book a few workshops with people, and you let them try the makeup, you let them try the skincare, whatever system works for you, but you start sharing the products in the business. And what you soon realise in month one, you're doing pretty good. You've managed to achieve 1,000 PQV in product sale. And for those of you who are brand new, PQV stands for Personal Qualifying Volume. Every product comes with a point, okay? And PQV is actually made up of all the sales from your own orders, any products that you sell at retail price to people in your life, anyone you sign up as a third client and makes a third client order will count for that PQV. In month one, you've got your 1,000 PQV. Fantastic, you're now in district manager qualification. So then we approach month two. You do the same. You continue to share the business, and you continue to share the products with friends, family, and maybe you stretch out to maybe some acquaintances that aren't necessarily close, but you get on with them. And again, you share the products and people buy them. You again achieve 1,000 PQV. The month three comes around, you're getting a little bit apprehensive because you haven't signed up anyone into your business, and you're thinking, getting a little bit nervous now, why haven't I signed someone up? I've already had some no's. Some of you will be starting to waver if you shouldn't do this. If you are wavering, you mustn't let those fears get to you. You must continue to push on, because eventually they don't bother you at the end of the day. And don't give up on your dream because somebody said no, not for them. You start to get a bit hungrier for someone to join the business. And great news, someone's come along and said yes. They're incredibly enthusiastic. They understand the business, they want this, and they're ready to make it a success, okay? So you immediately encourage them to do a startup order so that they've got tools to share their business. And again, you show them what's taught to you, okay? So you say, let's get you booked in for one-to-ones, let's get you booked in for product workshops, and let's start sharing the business and the products with everyone. And let's say by the end of this month, you've done about 700 PPV yourself, and the new consultant's done the same. Right? You then get to month 4, and you're super excited that you still have this engaged consultant that's listening to you, that's picking up the phone, that's answering your messages, and is really keen to grow their business. So again, you encourage them to book in workshops and one-to-ones, and what you tell them is, I'm going to be there for you every step of the way. I'm going to be there at every workshop, I'm going to be there at every one-to-one, holding your hands, okay? But the problem is, you encourage them to do everything, and you clear your diary for them completely, but you haven't booked your own one-to-ones, and you haven't booked your own workshops. But again, you help your new business builder, they get some PC sign-ups, they get some people buying your products, and they start sharing your business. Your consultant has now done, let's say, 1,500 PPV and are in DM call themselves. However, this month, you've only managed to do 150 PPV for yourself. And by this point, your new consultant has also signed up their first consultant. So that moves us into month 5. So you and your direct consultant are super excited that you have this new person joining the business. And between the two of you, you're going to take on the world and you're going to encourage that new consultant to get one-to-ones booked in, do a starter order, do workshops, and get preferred clients and their belts and share that business. So again, you're now both attending this new consultant's workshops to help them grow their business, because again, you've got some engaged, they're super excited. You know, they've got new people to speak to, it's all brand new. So you both go along, you both help them with the one-to-one, you both start to teach them, you both start to attend workshops and be there to host with them. But again, you forget to do your personal activity. But the next piece of the puzzle is that your direct consultant has also forgotten to do their activity. So by the end of month 5, you've done 150 PPV, your direct consultant is 150 PPV. Let's say your new consultant does 1,000 PPV, the third one in your success line. We've pushed our business down. By getting so caught up in excitement and sometimes desperation of having these new consultants that are engaged, you forgot about your own business. And in turn, you duplicated that behaviour and that attitude to your direct consultant. And now let me tell you this, that will keep duplicating down your business. And that is a really unstable way to build your business. So what I'm saying is, don't fall into this trap. Okay? Know that this is a potential landmine, and do everything you can to make sure from month 1, or wherever you're at in your journey, you focus on yourself, and then you build and teach the consultants that join you. So I'm going to give you a little bit of a scenario of how it could look. Okay, so make sure first of all, you yourself are sharing the business and the public regularly every month. And make sure you create a plan to stay on track. Have that goal written down and have a diary that you can follow so you know what time you're putting out your R1 business and when. And protect those blocks of time. The second that you say that you're going to have an hour on a Wednesday evening to do your business and you don't do it, that's the slippery road to actually your business starting to start. So make sure you stick to the times that you set aside. When you get your first consultant, agree with them from the outset that you'll be working with them over a set time period, agreed by the two of you, to get them to become an independent consultant. Note that type of independent consultant, which means that we should be able to start growing our businesses on our own. We don't expect people to grow their business and know everything at the beginning, so we work with them. So agree a 30, 60 or 90-day plan to get them completely independent. And then what you do is coach and teach them the methods how to share this business, encourage them to put one-to-ones and encourage them to learn the BA, not to support them again with the one-to-ones if they're not very confident doing it themselves in the beginning. But always remember that you teach. Don't just do, okay? If you just do people's businesses for them, you host their workshops, you always do their one-to-ones, you always do the work for them and do the teaching to their consultants, but this will never grow and be sustainable. So it's so key and so important that we teach and support, not just do. whilst you're encouraging them to do this activity, you must also focus on your own activity. So that is making sure that your consultants see you regularly booking one-to-ones. You're sharing those experiences, whether it's a Facebook page that you've got, or by texting them how your experience went and what you learned from it and what went well, and so that they can see you doing activity. If you're not doing activity, then your consultant won't be there to do that. You should never ask someone in your business to do something that you're not doing. You should never tell someone in your business that you're doing something that you're not. It's all about integrity at the end of the day. So be the shining example for everyone in your business, and that will keep the pace. I'm going to leave you with something that's really, really important to remember. Think about your bad habits and start working on plans to sort them out. So if you're someone who's late, work on being on time. Okay? If you're someone that isn't organised, doesn't have, themselves ready for a one-to-one, remedy that. Make sure you are ready for a one-to-one. Make sure you are. Because 100% of your bad habits will duplicate into your team. Okay? 50% of good habits will duplicate. So we need to do twice as many good habits to make sure that they're really going down into our businesses. This is so, so key. So hopefully you've learned something today about pushing your business down, which can often happen. Those of you who are new, or those of you who have been in the business a while, start thinking about this today. Work on a plan with yourself, your upline, and the people in the business to make sure that never happens. Do the activity for yourself and show others and teach others how to do that, and you'll have a thriving business. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed the training and have an amazing February, because it'll be the 1st of February when this goes out. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Well, that was Luke. Thanks very much. Brilliant. We're just about to hand over now to Elin, I think, who should be coming online.
How to handle money. First, wash your hands. No, that's a great question. How do you handle your money more intelligently so you can have more of it, so you can give more of it, so you can enjoy your life to the next level? Number one, I think you must revisit your orientation to wealth. If I say to you, rich people,
now. Sorry, guys.
What does that bring up for you?
Let's get rid of that. So, stop sharing. Do you have anything else to say, Keely, whilst we wait for Elin?
I'm here. I think she's there. Can I just disappear for 1 minute? I just need to sort of kiss the children good night. I'll be back. I'll be back 1 minute.
Elin, I need to hand over to you. Is that okay?
Yay!
Okay, babes. Yeah, I'm just wondering how I'm going to close off this call. I'll have to ask Rosie to come and do it, because I've got to go.
I know, I was thinking that.
Yeah. I'm already a party pooper because they were just handing out the champagne for the celebrations.
Oh, no.
So, yeah, I was like, oh, God.
Quick.
So I'll go and have a word with Rosie, and I'll just show her to click on end meeting. So
Okay.
it's still recording. So bye, guys.
Thanks,
Bye.
Bev.
Thank you.
Bye, Carl.
Right. I think I'll just wait a couple of minutes for Keely to get back. We can just say hi first of all, and well done to Helen Gadsby. Helen. So exciting. Very, very, very exciting. This is it. February.
Not quite there.
Nearly there. How many did you need in the end? How many QV did you need?
1,000.
Next. This is it. February.
Easy peasy.
Come on, girl. Show us how it's done.
Exciting! Just a nightmare being somewhere that you had absolutely no signal at all. It was like,
Where
my
were
God.
you there? What were you
Sorry?
doing? Where were you and why?
We were at Landmark Trust, Alton Station.
Okay.
So we were there with some friends for the weekend
Ah.
that had been booked like 7 months ago or something. But yeah, when we got there, unless you had, I think it was O2, you didn't have any signal at all. So it was like, okay. So it was like driving out the car, somewhere to find signal, phoning Claire up saying,
What happened to me when I first went DM in, a few years back, and I was at a festival. I think it was at festival or camp festival. I can't remember which one. It was like in the middle of a field with no reception. It was a
You
nightmare.
can't plan for these things sometimes, can you? It just happens.
Yeah.
So.
This happened.
But you know what? The beauty of it all is you realise what a team you're creating and the spirit that you're getting within the team.
Amazing.
Everybody just pulled together, and it was so humbling to see it. It really, really was.
Bless you, darling.
So this month for sure.
Amazing. And then that'll be it. On
Yeah,
your way.
I think so, because you know, as the team's building and the momentum's building, then you know we're getting more consultants.
How many legs do you have? Hey?
I said I've got an international business.
Yay! Well, in Australia.
Yeah.
Which is amazing. When do you do your calls? What time of the day?
Well, she only we had a Zoom on Friday before I left to go away, and she just went online, signed up, did her order.
12 hours ahead, aren't they?
She went to Ian's DA. He got her into it whenever that was, last night or this morning, whenever it was. Had a great time, connected to 3 or 4 people out there that are really hot on it, and they've invited her to the DAs, to the training.
Yeah.
I've contacted them as well because I didn't know who they were.
Yeah.
And, you know, they said, oh, you know, what system do you follow? And we follow this system. So I explained who our lineage was and who we were. And they're in, or one of them's in the Hetties nation. So I said, well, you know, to be honest, we use all of Hetty's documents and it's still within Ian's nation. So
yeah.
She said, well, you know, do you want me to give Kimberly this book? And I'm like, thank you.
Oh, bless you. Well, I can you just fill me in on Luke's training? What was it about? Because I didn't watch the first call.
I literally just come in the last couple of minutes, so.
All right, well, fine, I'm just going to crack on. Keely, thank you for the first call.
Yes.
I'm not going to go over housekeeping because Keely did that and it'll be done on Thursday at Region Training, but Keely did do housekeeping at the beginning of this call. I'm going to do a training on a book written by a guy called David Bach, and it's called How to Live and Finish Rich. And this guy is an amazing best-selling writer, and he's been training people for 20 years about how to live and finish rich. He teaches that getting out of the spreadsheet and adding up the numbers and breaking out the checkbook and so on isn't the way to start your journey on thinking about growing rich. He says that is kind of counterintuitive and it's not where we should start. We need to start with our values because your values can determine how hard you're willing to work to achieve your financial goals and how much money you're currently spending and how much money you will actually need for retirement and so on. He's not a network marketing guy, but it relates quite well to our business. So how can we start with our values? All right, this is how he puts it. This is the hardest thing that he teaches, but the most important thing, because when your values become clear, your financial decisions become easy. And the biggest thing that holds us back, we all know what we should do. Most people know, for example, that they should save more money and pay down their debts, and we should have a will and we should have life insurance, but we should ourselves to death. We don't know what to do because there's a disconnect. So the best way to break through your disconnect is to be clear about your values. So he does these big talks like Eric Worre and so on, and he says, you know, sometimes he's been in a room with 30,000 people, 18,000 to 30,000 people. And his first question he'll ask everybody, you know, he walks out into this room, she's like, it's like going to Vegas GTC, Arbonne GTC, and everyone's like really excited and energized. And the first question he asks is, so do you want to be rich? And everybody says, yes, 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 you want to be rich, you want to be rich. And he says, right, turn to your neighbor, tell your neighbor that you want to be rich. And they turn to the neighbor, yes, I want to be rich, I want to be rich. And then he just sort of waits for the room to quieten down. And, you know, they're all really excited. They're like ready to sort of learn about how they're going to be rich. And he waits for them all to quieten down. And then he asks the next question. And he says, well, so you do? Okay, then ask yourself why. And they all look a little bit dumbstruck. And some people want to be very rich. Some people just want to be financially secure. Some of us just want to get even with our debts. But the question with all of those is why? And now the way we're programmed and the way we're marketed to, your brain starts to ask you a question, and then your brain starts looking for the answers. And people then think that that they are supposed to have a goal. And it's supposed to be a numerical money goal. Like, well, I want $1 million, I want a house, I want a car. And goals are really important. But what he teaches is that goals are not where you start. Don't let Ian Pritchard or Claire Shaw hear this training. I'm only joking. It's really valuable, because what happens is people get all motivated and excited about a goal. But then, and I think we can all relate to this, the real world hits them, and as soon as it gets hard, they get off track. So what he's taught for almost 20 years is, yes, we have financial goals, but we've got to look at the values, our values first, and everybody's value is very, very different. And when you get clear on your values, you will be unstoppable. And that's when we can take your values, what you say is most important to you, and we can align them with your goals so that they come together and they're not in conflict. And then there's nothing that can hold you back. So what he suggests is that you take out a pen and paper and you give yourself 5 minutes to write down all your values. So I'm just going to give you like 3 minutes now, because 5 minutes is quite long on a Zoom call, to scribble down your values. So go for it. And I'm going to scribble down mine. Okay. So you guys had a chance to write a few down. Would anybody like to share some of theirs that they've just chucked on their paper? Keely, will you share yours with us?
Yeah.
You have to nominate someone if you don't volunteer.
I don't mind. I just think, well, my values is that what's important to me, and
Yeah.
So my family, immediate and my surrounding family, my health and the health of my family, my home, time with my family, financial security, travelling with my family, honesty, trustworthiness, hardworking and loving. I think, yeah, that's kind of what I would say my values are. You muted. Elin, you're muted.
Sorry, yeah. So normally, you would have had a bit more time, so you
Yeah.
might want to add to that later. Jen, would you like to share your goals? I mean, your values. My goodness, your goals. Your values.
Yeah, mine are a bit different. So I've said I kind of did stuff that was related to my business, I suppose, and myself. So it sounds like I'm a bit selfish, not thinking about the kids now. Loyalty, inspiring, positive, optimistic, passionate, and respectful. I put.
Great. Kelly, would you like to share? And Georgia can share with us too.
Sorry, I had to go and get her. She was screaming. I got halfway through. Quite similar to everyone else's. I've put my family, my girls, my health, my business, and my home. That's all I kind of got to.
Great. Helen?
Very similar again. Family, friends, team, charity, debt-free, own home outright. Looking after my mother, looking after my boys, providing houses for them, flexibility for my hubby, more time, better health, traveling, hobbies. Yeah.
Cool. Lovely. Mine is peace, family, laughter, security, health, joy, happiness, giving, wealth, success, abundance, generosity, recognition, authenticity, harmony, self-respect, achievement. So now you take out your pad, you've done your writing down of all your values, and now you're just going to circle 5 of them, your 5 favorite values out of those. And if you're in a marriage or a partnership, then your partner can do this with you as well. Or, do their own list as well. Okay, so now look at those 5 and ask yourself, are you aligning yourself with these values when it comes to your business? This guy talks about aligning yourself with your financial self-management of your finances and your spending. So I'm relating this to Arbonne. Are you aligning yourself with your values to your business? So are you running your business in a way that's getting you closer to your values or further away from your values? once you see it on paper and you get clear about it, you can align yourself with your expectations in relation to your main 5 values. So how hard are you willing to work? Is it worth it? And it's about really, really being authentic. Who is your authentic self? Okay, so but for a lot of people, they think money's bad. They think it's, you know, something that's to be ashamed of. And so it can hold a lot of people back actually trying to be wealthy. Running this business is about wanting wealth at the end of the day for yourself and for your team. And obviously that comes with incredible self-development and all of those wonderful things. But a lot of people have a lot of negativity around wealth. And when your authentic self is being authentic, there's nothing bad with building wealth. Building wealth can free you to live your most authentic self. I truly believe this. And so that's about living rich. Money can be a tool for healing. It can be a tool for the great things in this world. So think of the powerful associations that wealth can have. And that is a beautiful thing. There's a lot of conflict for so many people. I want it. I don't want it. It makes me an unspiritual person. It makes me greedy, and so on. So there's one big mistake, he says, that many of us make with our financial life, and fixing it can take less than an hour. So he kind of got round to writing this book called The Automatic Millionaire. And he wrote it. Luke gave us all one of those mugs. He wrote it because a lot of people were coming up to him and asking him, what's the one thing that we can do that makes us, hi Rosie, just 5 more minutes, that can fix things? Because there are 9 kind of steps in his books, but everyone's been saying, if I could just have one thing to do, what would it be? And he says, you know, we all like quick fixes, and the one thing we can do to change our situation is called automation. And that basically means that you need to make it automatic. So what does that mean? Well, in his training, he talks about organizing your finances so that it's automatic, like having an account for saving, having an account for that, having an account for this. But in Arbonne, our automatic things that we need to do, and I've just written some of them down here, are make sure you do your to-do list before you go to bed. Get to bed early. That's on my list. I don't know about anybody else's. Read 10 pages a day or audio every day. Call your 5 people a day. Whatever your sort of criteria is for how many people you aim to call a day, make it automatic. It's about just being automatic, like getting up, getting dressed, going to the office, and doing the things that you would do in a normal everyday job. Make it normal, make it automatic. Follow up without failure on the people that you're meant to follow up with on that given day. Make it automatic. Drop off your gold bags. Make it automatic. Booking your coffees and one-to-ones. Make it automatic. Do your admin, post your samples, do your Facebook post, and do your emails. Make it automatic. Whatever you choose to do in your business, whatever you're going to design the way you want to run your business, great, do it, but make it automatic. Team training, team calls, make it automatic. When do you decide to call your team members? Is it in the afternoon? Do you only phone clients in the morning and team members in the afternoon? Fine, make it automatic. Notifications, make it automatic. So these are the things that make people feel secure in your team, and it's the things that make you feel secure in your business. And that is basically the advice from this incredible guy who has helped many people become very successful and very wealthy. And that's it, guys. So any feedback on that, or if you've got anything you want to add for the rest of the team, please go ahead.
Feeling, I've just found the book now, David Bach, isn't it?
Yeah, he's written, I like this one, Smart Women Finish Rich, Smart Couples Finish Rich,
yeah,
How to Live and Finish Rich. So all of those books I think are probably worth looking into. I'm going to get Smart Women Finish Rich.
Is it One Step Plan to Live and Finish Rich?
Yeah, he does that as well. And he's written The Automatic Millionaire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, he's quite impressive. And he does a lot of stuff with Tony Robbins and so on. He does all those big talks with Tony Robbins.
Great, thank you.
Okay, guys, so have a great February. Just think of those values. And, you know, sometimes I think that family sort of can, especially as women, we always put that down first. But if you look at the other values that we have, that before we had family, it's there to support your family automatically. So really search in your heart the true thing that's true to you as a woman, as an individual. And the guys, there aren't any guys on the, well, is there any guys? No, there's no guys on the call, so I can say this to the girls. You know, because as mothers, we put ourselves second anyway. You know, we always put our families first. So just give yourself some you time to really think about you. Like Jen was sort of saying, oh, I was thinking about my business. That is great. Do that, because you will automatically have the abundance and the time and everything you need to give everything you need to your family.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's
okay. Have a nice month. Bye. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Oh, I hope Rosie comes and Rosie. Oh, she's there. Rosie.
Is that so much sugar? I'm trying to end it. Oh, get it.